Hey, Crystal. Hey, Slim. Hey, Bridget. Okay. What's his name? Marlon. Hey, Carla. How are you? Okay, you guys, we're doing it late tonight because our guest, he had other obligations this morning, so we're going to do it tonight. Then we're going to also have a special feature on Sunday morning. We're going to go live as well. We're going to have a special guest come on and talk in reference to the races coming up for AZ. Also, Wednesday afternoon, we're going to go live. We're going to have another special guest. We're going to be going live a lot, you guys. I just want you guys to enjoy it and have fun with me. I'm having fun doing it, and I think they're having fun coming on and speaking with you guys. And also, I want you guys to inbox me on topics or issues that you are interested on me speaking about and see what we could do. I would love that. Welcome, King OG. Hey, Tawana. So today's topic is about life in the NFL. And we're going to... Okay, I want to add him. I'm going to bring on King Corpus. He's going to speak with you guys. And we're going to let it do what it do. He's
Hey,
coming on.
sis.
Hey there, can you see me?
I can see you. Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you. It's a little dark.
Let me cut the light on. I'm at home. 1 second.
Okay.
Can you see me now?
There he is. Yes, I can see you.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm hanging in there. Hanging in there.
That's
Can't
what I'm
complain.
talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
God is
And
good.
yeah, we got a few folks already. They on here. They ready. They ready. And I think a lot of them didn't know that you played ball.
Well, it's something I don't tell everybody, but that's part of my past. But it was a blessing to experience that lifestyle.
Exactly, exactly. And I'm trying to let a few more people get on here. So, let's talk about what's going on with you up in Houston in a few weeks till we get a few more people on here.
Well, we're having a blessed opportunity to become kings and represent the nation here in Houston, Texas. Our big event coming up in March. 22nd, 23rd, 24th. We'll be partying down there as Kings and be blessed to
Okay,
have all the chapters to come down in town and celebrate our first annual.
that's what I'm talking about. So, what you got going on Friday, Saturday? What's scheduled?
Well, Thursday night we're gonna be at Swaggers.
Mm-hmm.
Friday night we'll be at Prospect Park.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday we'll be at the Harley Davidson dealership showing a lot of love. And then at the end of the night party is gonna be at the B&B Ranch. We're having Bun B the rapper performing. We're having Michael 5000 wife DJing. It's gonna be a great event. I mean, it's gonna be Texas style. You know, we boys from Texas, so we're doing it at a ranch. So we're doing it big at a ranch.
Yeah,
Something different for y'all.
that's what
That's
I'm
coming as
talking
Disney.
about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we got a few people then tuned in. And I see we got a few kings on here. They probably didn't know as well. See, hey, they got to start talking to the governor. The governor knows everything. That's why hey, I govern everything. So I got to know.
Okay. Okay. I'm with you,
So what
sis.
I wanted, yeah, so what I wanted to start off with, and as growing up, was it a passion or was it something that your parents got you into?
Well, actually, I had a cousin, and he's passed away. His name was Marvin Smith. He was into motorcycles, and I was a young kid trying to find my way. And part of our getting out and staying us out of trouble, he would always let us come over and ride the dirt bikes. And
Mm-hmm.
so we did that on the weekends. And I begged, I always wanted to go ride the dirt bikes on the weekends. So as I
Mm-hmm.
got grown, I always said, when I get some money, I'm gonna buy me some horses and some motorcycles. So when I
That's
got blessed with some money, I bought some horses and some motorcycles. And that's
had
been part
hey
of my
had
life.
hey had horsepowers on both ends. That's what they call
And
horsepower.
enjoying life, but I wasn't racing, okay?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about the NFL.
Well, I was blessed to have the opportunity. In 1999, I come out of Louisiana Tech University, and Chicago Bears gave me the opportunity. And I was there for a couple of seasons, and of course, due with injuries and all that, had a play in my life. But I was blessed to make a little money and experience that lifestyle, and be able to do some things for my parents and my family and my friends. You can't do
Mm-hmm.
much, but I did show some type of love, and it was appreciated. I think about my time in the NFL, and it was a real experience back then in 1999. It's much
Mm-hmm.
different from it is today's game, but it was a blessing. It was experience, and I can't never forget about it. It can never be taken away. It's always a blessing memory in my heart, and I'm trying to instill it in my kids now. And I
Mm-hmm.
talk to kids today about that life and that lifestyle and what you can accomplish and what you can do if you put your heart and mind into it.
Right. Exactly. Now, so were you like in Pop Warner, or how? I mean, how did it all come about that you?
But
I mean, did
honestly,
your
I
parents
I was
notice
more
your
of a
talent?
I was more of a basketball player because I'm 6'8" now. I ain't short. I'm 6'8".
Right. Right.
And I played basketball all through high school. And in my senior year, one of my coaches said, "Well, Marlon, won't you try football?" I was like, "Nah." And I decided to go ahead and try it, and I became pretty damn good. To today, I still hold several state records in the state of Texas for wide receiver. I
See
play
there.
wide receiver. And to this day, you could Google me and look me up. I still hold several records, receiving records and touchdown records and yard per catch in District 5A football in Corpus Christi.
See there.
So
Mhm.
I had an opportunity to go off to college, and I played football and basketball at Marine Military Academy down in Harlingen, Texas. That's down there by New Mexico.
Okay.
So
Mhm.
that was the experience. So after that, I was recruited all across the world about playing football. And it's going to show you how God show you different things. I ended up going all the way to South Carolina, Spartanburg Methodist.
Mhm.
I went to Spartanburg Methodist Junior College. And when I got there, we was the number two basketball team in the nation in junior college basketball. So I had all these different teams, all these different schools trying to recruit me to go play basketball. But my heart was always still on football.
Mhm.
So during my recruitment stage, I ended up deciding to sign with Louisiana Tech because they gave me the opportunity to play football and basketball. And that's when the
Oh, okay.
NFL became a part. I played at Louisiana Tech, got hurt, the NFL came knocking. And of course, being a young black man, a single parent, because my mama was my rock, and her
Mhm.
name was Ann Darton. She didn't know because she was a single mother. She didn't know, but I had to make the right judgments on what I was going to decide to do. And luckily, I had good family members around me, like Michael Daniels, my best friends, and I made my decision to go ahead and play both sports. And I had the opportunity. The NFL came knocking, and I took a free agent deal. And Chicago Bears offered me a contract. And of course, you're a young man
Mhm.
in 1999. They offer you $250,000. That's a whole lot of money you ain't never seen.
Right. Right.
So I was blessed to be able to take that opportunity and run with it. And I never
Mhm.
looked back. And I'm thankful for to this day.
Mhm. Mhm. And so yeah, and that's just because with my grandson, we got him in all sports too, and his passion is like you, basketball. You know, and I think he's gonna be playing football because he's like a little refrigerator. That's what I call it, refrigerator. You know,
Okay.
but you know that, and you know, also I wanted to, because I know my little grandson is gonna watch this, and I want him to know education. Even though you plan something you love, you still need to get your education because, like you said, injuries can occur.
And but sis, I'm gonna tell you about that.
Hmm.
You truly right. But at the
Hmm.
time, the age when I came up, education was pushed, but you had a lot of outside help. It's
Hmm.
totally different now. You got to have your education totally to have a
Hmm.
scholarship in college to be able to have a scholarship. It's totally different from 1999 to 2018. Okay,
Okay.
you got to do the right thing with school. You know, and that's what I tell my son. And one thing, I have a 9-year-old son. His name is Christian Chambers.
Hmm.
I truly believe you'll hear that name in 10 years somewhere because the dedication that he got to try to make it and want to do something with himself. But what I believe and what I'm thankful of that his mother pushed him so hard with his education. He can't
Hmm.
play no ball if his grade's not no good. And my
Okay.
son is 9 years old and he's like 2 inches or 3 inches taller than every kid that he played with. And he's a student.
See. Okay. You see, he's the
Okay.
same age as my grandbaby. Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, you
So
know, and I know a lot of people because when I said, oh, they be like, you sure you got it right, NFL? Because like you know, you like you said, you 6'8", and they like, no, I don't think so. I said, yes.
oh, you
You
got some
know,
tall brothers in the NFL. Trust me and believe.
exactly. Because I'm used to go. I'm a Raiders fan. Sorry. But you know, I
Okay.
used to go. We used to have the tailgate parties. I used to go to the Raiders game, and those guys were huge. They were tall. They were tall, and they weren't even like big, big. They were more, you know, muscular but fit. But they were tall men. And my first time going, I was like, oh wow, you know. So you're right. Most of them are tall. And I know I have a lot of guys out there on the feed. If you guys have questions, put them on here so I can ask. You know, I'm a woman. I forget to ask certain things that y'all might want to know about the NFL. Now, my question to you in the NFL, everybody thinks, oh, it's just buck wild when it comes to the women, well, they call them groupies and so on and so forth. And with you being young, getting, basically to those women, you know, you like a superstar, you know, because you playing NFL, you know, they looking at dollar signs. How was that?
What I must say about that part, I was lucky to have good enough sense, and I had a lot of experience, and I had a lot of older friends. By the way, one of my good friends, Fred Morris, is chiming in. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
remember him telling me about child support, protecting yourself, watching all those situations. And that's one of the things I made sure I stayed clear of. Even though I got caught up in certain things, but at the end of the day, I made sure I was all right and protected. Now, you're going to have women come around, but you got to have sense enough to know if a person genuinely care about you. Luckily, I was
Mm-hmm.
street smart. I come from the hood. I come from nothing. So I was lucky to know better to get caught up. And you're going to have all kind of women come after you when you have that kind of money or that lifestyle. But remember, that only lasts for so long. Believe
Right.
it or not, 20 years later, I'm still good friends with 3 of those women that I met when I was 22, 23 years old
See.
because they
Mm-hmm.
genuinely like me for me. It wasn't about the money I had. They even
Mm-hmm.
so genuine, they came to the small town of Corpus Christi, where I'm from, and visit when we was dating and hanging out. So it was just one of those things. You got to have good sense. You got to be raised right. You got to be around the right people growing up to know better to make those good decisions, not no fool decisions on
Right.
dating or how you spend your money because you can't help everybody. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I did what I could for certain people, and that's all I could say. You know,
Mm-hmm. Daryl Kemp says, did you hit anybody famous? Did
Did
you
I hit
hey, put
anybody?
them on their back?
What? No, I wouldn't. I was getting hit. I was a receiver,
Oh, okay. He
so
was a
I was a
receiver.
tight end.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. Oh, you was. Oh man.
yeah. I was catching the ball trying to score a touchdown.
Okay, okay, and that's 6'8" too. See,
Yes, ma'am.
wow.
Yes, ma'am.
And a lot of people just chimed in. Let them know what team you used to play for.
I was with the Chicago Bears in 1999.
So the Chcago Bears.
Yes, ma'am.
Crystal said he was on offense.
Yeah, I was a tight end with the Chicago Bears.
Yeah. So do you miss it?
I tell anybody that lifestyle, it comes so fast. If you're not a first or second round pick, which I had an opportunity to be a free agent because I got injured and hurt, and I
Hmm.
missed my opportunity to being drafted in the third round because I was projected to come out of college in the third round. You got to realize it. You got to work as hard than anybody else on the field to stay there. Once
Okay.
you make it, it's hard to stay there. But you got to
Hmm.
understand, you got to cherish the opportunity, the moment that you have.
Right.
Okay, because it
Right.
all could be over with a phone call. It all could be over with a knock at the door. Every season they cut you the third or fourth week in the season. So you got to make the best of your opportunity when you got it. And that's
Okay.
what I did. I was fortunate enough to hang in there, and I made the best of my opportunity when it was my opportunity.
Right. Hmm. That's just because it's just like that is like a one in a million type of situation. And so many kids, well, boys, that's just their dream. You know what I mean? It's
And you
just
know what,
their
sis,
dream.
not to cut you off, sis, you're totally right. I remember having a person in college telling me it's so rare for you to make it.
Hmm.
It's so rare for you to have this opportunity to make it. And like I say, I just had it in me. I ain't had nothing else to do. I ain't had no other options. I didn't have
Hmm.
no other options. I came from a small town, single parent home. My mama was a retired custodian and she left
See?
her job after 40 years. I had to
Hmm.
do something different,
Hmm.
you know? Of
Hmm.
course, I had my troubles along the way, as anybody do. You're going to have your mistakes and faults in life. But I
Right.
ain't had no other choice but to make it, do something with myself.
Right. Hmm.
So
And
I tell
mhm.
any kid, think about your parents and what they got to do, what they got going on. Look back at your home. Look back how you come up.
Hmm.
Make a decision, do something for yourself. And that was a choice I made. I thought about all my friends getting in trouble. I thought about all the stuff I was growing up around from a small town. I knew I did not want to go back.
Hmm.
So I did
See?
everything possible to stay there in college. I did everything possible to make it work. And
And
it paid
Crystal,
off at the end.
yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. And I'm very proud of you. And Crystal has a question. She wants to know how many years on average is a player expected to play?
1 to 3 years. I played two. 1 to 3 years is the average. Because you gotta understand, you got somebody coming in every year to take your job. This ain't
Mm-hmm.
like no regular job you get hired and you can move up through the ranks now. This is something that you get evaluated on every year. And if that player come in behind you that's better than you, he's gonna get your job.
Mm-hmm.
That's bottom line.
Mm-hmm. Darlena, she just came on. She said, "Brother, I see you all the time in the biker world. I wouldn't have never thought you had this had did this. You're so humble."
Well, I
Thank you,
laugh about a
Crystal.
lot of things and I'm very thankful. I think about life and all the things I've been through. You know,
Mm-hmm.
both of my parents are deceased, and I love them so dearly, and I think about them all the time, and I think about all the stuff my life has endured. You got to be
Mm-hmm.
humble, you know.
Right. Right.
You got to be that. And
Mm-hmm.
living this bike scene and being on the bike scene, I enjoy riding. I enjoy being around my people. You know, we just
Mm-hmm.
buried a really good friend of mine this past weekend, Lord Hocat. And when I tell you it was a classy brother,
Mm-hmm.
what I'm more about of watching the legends around this city that's been doing this bike thing for 30 years plus years, and that's what I'm
Mm.
about. You know, I like to keep good company around me. I'm not with the foolishness. I
Right.
just like to enjoy life. And
Mm.
being humble, that's all I can be because I'm trying to see the next 30, 40 years.
Right, exactly, exactly. You know, and like you said, you have to be humble because, like you just said, 3 years. You know what I'm saying? So you can't be up there, oh, I'm the man and I'm this and that, and then in a couple of years, you out. You know what I'm saying? And then
Now,
I talked about that a couple of weeks ago. All those people that you dogged on the way up and getting at, you got to see them on the way back out of there. You know?
yeah,
So you always stay humble, you know, always. And like you said, you don't have your parents. So sometimes you need other people too in your life, you know, that's real, you know, and
yeah.
that's hard to find because, you know, nobody can replace mama.
Oh no, can't nobody.
hmm And
Can't
that
nobody.
mama gonna keep it 100 when nobody else will. She gonna keep it 100. She gonna, hey, she down with you when you're wrong, but she gonna let you know that, hey,
Yeah.
get it right.
Oh yeah. And I got
hmm
plenty of stories to tell about that, but you know, that's time for another time. But at the end of the day, you gotta stay humble, especially at this day and age and this time of the world, what's going on. You gotta stay humble about who you
Yeah.
are.
And then you know what I wanted to ask you about contracts because I know you said your mom did not know too much about that. What I mean, actually, what happened with that on your contract? Do you think you could have did better if you would have knew more?
Well, honestly, you hire an agent negotiate everything, and he pretty much should have your best interests at hand.
Mm-hmm.
And I would honestly say at that particular time in my life, I believe my agent had the best interest at my hand. But also, I had a good friend of mine named Michael Daniels, a family member that was there by my side and understood what was going on,
Mm-hmm.
and he never misled me. So I feel
And
like I
that's
was
good.
paid fairly. Um, there's no complaints about that. There's no
So
complaints about
okay, so that's good. That's good. And
that. I don't feel like I had an agent that robbed me. No, I didn't have that.
yeah, because you hear so many stories about that, you know, and then I've seen it in, you know, we see it now. A lot of people they play ball, and then once it's over, they broke. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of them didn't get the education, so then it's like they have nothing to fall back on. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why I asked that question. So you know, a lot of people know it's not so bad. You know, if your
But
child
also,
get
since you got to understand something, sis.
hmm
80% of the black NFL players, up and coming NFL players, if you ain't got the right, I'm gonna say right company you keep, the right family members around you, the right support system around you,
hmm
you can't tell no black man what to do if he got $100,000, if he got
hmm
a million, if he got 600,000. This money they give you up front. So now, if you get a check for this type of money up front, and you ain't got no guidance, and you ain't never had no money, what you think you gonna do? So how
hmm
those brothers being able to become broke is because they get out there trying to help everybody. They get out there
hmm
trying to spin and show out, which that happens. I can speak for myself. When I got my money, I helped a few of my closest friends out. That's the best I could do. Gave a couple
Right.
watches away, gave a vehicle away. That was the best I could do. You can't help nobody. But what I can say is, and people that's charmed in from my hometown could tell you, I threw parties in my neighborhood and fed everybody for free. I did barbecues. I did things like that to help out.
hmm
Because you can't help everybody, but you can do something.
Right.
Now, looking back on it, I feel like I could have did more with the
hmm
opportunity that I had, but I didn't. I just did what I could at the time. But
Right.
I've learned from that. And what I know now about life, I would have done a lot of things different. I can say that.
See, see, and that's a lot of people do that too. You know, they say, you know, I would have did this, I would have did that. At least you being honest on that, because some people won't admit that. You know, I would have changed some things. You know, but I think you're doing really good. We have another question. What are some ways you diversify yourself after football?
But bottom line is, I went through some things in my life, some trying times, and you lose out. You find out who's who. But I've always had a desire to work. You know, my dad was a hard worker. He owned a shrimp boat, and that was instilled in my head. And a family friend, his name was Dubois Lister, that lost his life a few months ago by the police. Um, we worked at Longshoreman, worked at the docks. So I come up from Corpus Christi also working, you know. So it was already instilled to me that you had to work in life.
Okay.
Now you do wrong and try to hustle, whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, you have to work. I'll never forget something. My mama told me a long time ago, if you don't put nothing down at that Social Security office, then people don't owe you nothing when you get old. So I've always had a job. Just like now, I work 12 hours a day, sis. I work 6 to 6 at Wyman Gordon, and I'm thankful. Make great money. Can't complain. But I believe in going to work. I knew that football life was going to end, okay? So when that ended, you had to do something different. I didn't sit around and worry about, oh, I ain't playing football no more, or what I'm going to do. No, I didn't drag it out. I had to keep it going because I had a son that was dependent on me, and I knew I had to keep it moving. You can't cry about what you ain't got or what you're going to do now. You better make something happen now. And I'm from a small town, Corpus Christi. Love it to death. That's why they call me King Corpus. And
Exactly.
I ain't gonna never deny where I'm from, and I got my background and my heart from that city.
And like you said, and you humble. So evidently they doing something right there, you know.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
And Crystal said you had a fallback plan, exactly. And I think a lot of people don't think about that. You know, they so like I don't know because you see what's those shows, Basketball Wives and all of that. You see a few of those guys on there, and it's like, you didn't think about afterwards, And I want you to answer this question because I wanted to know this, and I know the guys probably know this, but I don't know this. Is there a difference between the NFL and the NBA when it comes to contracts? Because I was watching that show, that one of them show, I don't know which one it was, but it was a football one, the football wives. And it was like his contract could end at any time, to where the basketball guys, regardless if they was injured, that contract still stood. Explain that to me a little bit.
Well, see, the difference is, and it's a good point you're making. The difference is from an NBA contract and an NFL contract. Remember, the NBA only have maybe 12 to 13 members. The NFL have 56 members, roster members, and the rest of the members on the practice squad. That money is not guaranteed. The NBA money is guaranteed. I'm going to say it again. The NBA money. So if you sign an NBA contract and you don't pan out, they got to pay you. They got to pay you, which the NFL will give you a contract. Which a lot of people don't realize and not know the difference is, say the NFL say, I'm going to give you 600,000. I'm going to give you a $200,000 signing bonus. Well, that 200,000 signing bonus is what you're going to get. That 600, you're going to have to work your ass out for it. And you might not make it. Okay, that's the difference right there. Which an NBA contract, they can afford to give you that money because there's less players and less people they got to pay. That's the difference.
Gotcha. So that's why it's like that, because of the bodies, the heads they got.
The head count. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. And I thought that, but I wasn't sure. So I said, let me ask and Pat thought, and see, I think Pat also is thinking the same thing. Yeah, Pat, it's not the NFL, it's the NBA that guarantees money. Yeah. So, and is there some things that you want to let people know that I haven't touched on?
Well, I tell anybody about. I'm more of a type of person. I'm concerned about my life and people around me. I'm blessed to be a king. I want to speak on my motorcycle club. We're blessed to be able to have this opportunity that the Mother Chapter Atlanta allowed us to have here in Houston, Texas. We're very humble brothers. You know what I'm saying? We brothers is going to work. We brothers is trying to represent this king shit, as I say.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I call it
we live in
certified king shit.
we certified. Cause one thing I like about my club,
Hmm.
everybody in this club is responsible. Everybody in this club is holding it together. Everybody in this club is being a man and taking care of
Hmm.
their households and doing what they need to do for their friends and family. And I like
Hmm.
that about my club. And I love my club. And I'm
Hmm.
thankful for being a king. I'm thankful for
Hmm.
being able this opportunity to be a king. I'm thankful for being a part of an organization. I'm
Right.
thankful for being part of a nation because we're bigger than we're a big time club and we're a nation. And I'm so excited about what we got going on, what we got coming up, the events that's going on, what we getting ready to do in a couple of weeks. You know, I ain't
Hmm.
knocking no other clubs, but Houston ain't seen nothing like this. This 78 Nation, Houston
Hmm.
ain't seen nothing like this. I ain't hating, I ain't talking down on no other club, but they ain't never seen nothing like this 78 coming through. This wave we coming through. All our clubs from every chapter coming through to represent and show us love. They ain't seen nothing like this. So
Hmm.
we the first. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to meeting and seeing everybody. I'm looking
Hmm.
forward to seeing you again, sister. Last time I saw you was in Dallas, Texas. We had a good time.
Yeah.
And I tell you, this is what it's
Hmm.
about, living
Right.
life, a kingdom life, a respectable life, loving and riding and enjoying this world, enjoying our time on earth because at the end of the day, we don't know how long we got to be here.
Right. Exactly.
Um, I want to
Exactly.
send a shout out to a good friend of mine, Mr. Paul Hardy, co-worker,
Hmm.
been on my job 49 years, passed away, a black man,
Oh wow. My
worked at the
condolences.
plant 49 years, and
Hmm.
he passed on today. So I look at my life and I think about all the stuff that go on.
Hmm.
You got to cherish, you got to be humble, and you got to be thankful. And that's
Hmm.
what it's about, sis. That's what it's about
Hmm.
with me.
Exactly. So, for the ones that just came in late, go ahead and let them know what y'all got planned on. I think it starts Thursday, right?
Yes, ma'am. Thursday, we're gonna start off at Swaggers, one of the hottest nightclubs in the city of Houston, Texas.
Hmm.
Friday night, we'll be at Prospect Park, another hot spot. That's where we're gonna do our thing over there, meet and greet, everybody come into town. Saturday, the Harley Davidson dealership in Stafford will be there during the daytime for the day party. You don't want to miss that. You get you something to eat next door to Papa Do's, but at the end of the day, we're gonna be right there at Stafford, Harley Davidson. Um, and that evening, Saturday night, you don't want to miss Bun B going live. You don't want to miss 5,000 Michael Watts, and you didn't want to miss partying with the 78 Nation because we're gonna be in the house full effect, live shit, king shit. Y'all come on out, support us, come out and check us out. We're looking forward to seeing everybody there. And then and then Sunday, we're gonna do tear the city up. We're gonna hit every hot spot. So don't go home on Sunday. Stay until Monday because it's gonna be worth it. And I look forward to seeing y'all, meeting y'all, and hanging out with everybody. Much love, King Corpus. That's what it is.
That's right. Hey, here, hey, my producer, Los, just now sent him in my questions. I'm about to fire my producer.
Okay, okay. Well, I got a few more minutes if you need to ask me something else.
See, oh, okay. He's okay. How old were you when you started playing football?
I was my high school year. I was a senior. I was 18 years old. I played
Okay,
1 year in high school. I played 1 year in high school football. I went to Marine Military Academy and played a year over there. I went to Louisiana Tech, played a year over there, and I was blessed to go to the NFL from there.
hmm okay. And you just answered his other question. What high school did you attend?
Roy Miller High, the best high school in Corpus Christi, Texas. I'm gonna say it again. Roy Miller High, Buccaneers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, a lot of I guess yeah, you got some folks that know about that. Uh-huh.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
purple and gold. And see, the purple is royalty, so I ain't gonna talk too much about that because that's part of that 78. But purple
uh
is part of the royalty. I was blessed to be a king.
Hey, and this one I did not ask. What conference was your college?
We was in the Sun Belt.
Okay, okay.
Sun Belt.
Mhm. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to get on my damn producer. Excuse me, y'all, making me cuss. Hey, at the end here he come with all the questions. Hey, he knew. Okay, what else he said? Okay, we know what position. Oh, he want now. This is a good question. The position that you did play, have you always played that position? Did you hear me?
Say it again, sis. Somebody was
Oh,
trying to send me a message. Okay, go ahead.
oh, okay. The position that you played, have you always played that position?
No, actually, I played wide receiver. I was a wide receiver. I got state of
Okay.
Texas records as a wide receiver at Roy Miller High School, and you could look that up. Um, I was a wide receiver. When I got to college, they moved me from wide receiver to tight end. Then I won an opportunity to NFL. They moved from tight end to defensive end because of my
Okay.
size, because I was bigger.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay. So that yeah. So that was a good. Okay. And another thing, did you play Pop Warner? This is my question. Because
Nope,
we spending all this money on my grandbaby and these Pop Warner things. Did you play Pop Warner?
I did not.
Mm-hmm.
I did not. But like I told you, I had an opportunity to play because it was brought to my attention when I was in high school because I was tall. And at the time, our coach name was Bussy. He started recruiting all the basketball players to come out and play football because of our height and we had good hands and we could run. He always said we could run like gazelles. I'll never forget that. And we could run and we could catch. So several of us played. Cedric Jackson was the first, and I became in my era. I was after him, and we played football. But no, I did not play Pop One. I didn't do none of that. I played in
Okay.
high school.
See, I told my daughter we spending all this darn money on Pop Water. Boy, see, she get me. You know what I'm saying? Then they got you selling stuff too. You know.
Yeah.
Now, another question, and you can see if you see people asking questions, you can chime in. Oh, and he wanted to know, is the NFL watered down?
Well, I could say this from 1999 to 2018, a lot of the rules have changed, but it's for the
Mm-hmm.
better. Because honestly, I've been in dealing with some of the lawsuits, and I was blessed to get one of them, and hope I get the other one. With the concussion, um, it's real. It's real serious because a lot of things the NFL didn't tell us in our contracts and stuff like that. So it really is real. I think they taking the measures to protect the players more now because of the lawsuits and stuff that's going on, which is only right because it
Mm-hmm.
is a violent game. It's a physical game. You understand? I'm right now 6'8", 272. If I
You're
run a collision my body into somebody that's 199 pounds, I'm gonna physically hurt you.
right.
And your body can only take that so many times. So at the end of the day, they're all doing right to make safety measures or try to protect the players. I'm for that. I'm for
Mm-hmm.
that.
Because you know, right? This ain't what they call a tag or whatever the other
No,
flag.
no, it's serious out there, and they mean what they're doing out there.
Mm-hmm. And another question I wanted to, he asked me to ask, what number were you selected in the NFL draft?
I had a free agent contract because I didn't play my last year in college. So I
Mm-hmm.
got a phone call that Sunday, and they selected me to come. It was a free agent deal. If I
Okay.
didn't get hurt, I was projected to go in the third round, but I missed my senior year. I missed my whole year, and I still got picked up at the end of the year to go
That
to
means you was
Chcago.
darn good. That means you
But
was good.
I was a true athlete. I was a good
Mm-hmm.
athlete, and I'm always gonna say that. I made pro, so I was good enough to do that. So that's something you can never take away from me. Can't nobody ever take
Hello.
away from me. It's in the books, and
Mm-hmm.
I did what I could do with that opportunity I had.
Mm-hmm. One of our people, Ronald, he said, my son plays for Buffalo Bills right now. That's a pretty good team. hmm And now another thing, since you're not doing, are you out in the community working with the youth or anything like that? Do you have anything like that going on?
Honestly, what I do is I support my son, Christian Chambers.
hmm
Um, I try to catch many of his basketball games as I can. And matter of fact, I was at his game last night. He's in the playoffs. They end up losing, and he called me this morning and said, "Dad, how did I do?" Now I'm gonna tell you about my son. I tell his mom all the time, and this is something I tell any kid. I'm not gonna push you because nobody pushed me. It's something you gotta want to do. Then when you think you really want to do it, that's when Dad gonna step in and show you how you really supposed to do it. But each week, and my son is 9 years old. Everybody think he's 13.
He's
Okay,
a boy.
everybody think he's tall. He's so tall in his age, they think he's older than what he is. But he's 13. He's 9 years old. He's getting better each week. And I tell anybody, allow your kid to find himself. You gonna know, and he gonna know if this is what he want to do. Then that's when you step in as a parent. I don't believe in pushing because you're gonna push him away from that situation. Let him make up his mind. This is what he want to do. If he wake up talking about playing sports, if he wake up talking about playing ball, and if his grades are right, then you do that. But don't you
hmm
force it on because his height or her height, because women go through the same thing. Little girls go through the same thing. Don't force nothing on them. Let them find out who they want to be because at the end of the day, it's their life.
Right, exactly.
It's their life.
Because and you're so right. Like I told you, they got my grandson in every sport, and he does not like baseball, but they pushing him because he's good, but he it's not what he want to do. He's more focused. I think he should play football, but he's focused on basketball. You know, and that's what I said. That's my whole thing. We got to leave him alone. He's a child. Let him choose what he wants to do. But we do, a lot of the coaches see his potential in the baseball thing, So I don't know. I just want
But
him to
you know
get
what?
an
But
education.
see, sis,
Mhm.
your child find his way. Because
Right,
if you don't let your child find his way, he gonna be lost. He can't want nothing that you want him to have. He gotta
right.
want it. He gotta
hmm
be the one to put the time in. Like I tell my son all the time, go outside and play basketball and shoot shots when ain't nobody watching. When ain't
hmm
nobody go jump over that fan like I told you to get your legs strong enough when ain't nobody watching. Don't do it when nobody watching. When they start doing that, then that mean they want it. But if they
hmm
ain't doing it, you can't push them.
Right,
Just
right.
pray to God to show them favor, to show their way through this world.
hmm hmm Yeah, Arthur Jones says you're a great guy and much respect.
Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it.
King OG on here, he said my brother 78.
Hey, sis, one thing about OG, man, hey, when I
Uh-huh.
met him, it was love. When I That's one thing I'm gonna talk about this king shit.
hmm
OG is one of the serious brothers in this club we got. One of the serious representatives. He called and just check on me to see how I'm doing. When he came down to Galveston, we had so much fun. But it's a brotherhood that we got. I hit
hmm
him up, let him know we got brothers coming that way. He got them covered. He called. He checked on me. That's what brothers do. That's what
Right,
friends do. Like I
right.
say, this part of this 7-8 nation, you got brothers calling all over the world just to say good morning. How you doing? Checking on you. And that's
hmm
what it's about with me, sis.
And that's where it
That's what
should
it's
be.
about. You
hmm
know, I ain't shitting on no other motorcycle clubs. I'm not talking about nobody else's club. I'm talking about this king shit, this shit I'm affiliated with. My peoples, my brothers, every chapter. We fuck with each other. We look out for each other to the fullest, and we check on each other and say how we check on how we doing, just to see if we need anything or we okay. That's family.
hmm
That's what it's about
Right.
with me.
Yeah. Because all it took was one king to reach out and mention about when you guys had the flood. And one of the king, I don't know, I forgot his name, but his house, everything was destroyed. And it just took one
Uh-huh.
king. He didn't want to tell nobody. He was
Okay.
like, I don't want to, he didn't want nobody to know. And I don't know how one king found out, But all I can say, he was taken care of. He didn't even need insurance money.
And, and since I'm gonna say who was his name, I'm gonna give him the honor, King Griff and his family. Great people,
Mm-hmm.
great people. And when I
Mm-hmm.
tell you, I was in my transition to becoming a king.
Mm-hmm.
I had brothers reach out and offer me to make sure I was okay, and I was even crowned it yet. So they go
Mm-hmm.
to show you the brotherhood that I've joined, because they want to make sure I was okay. They want to make
Right.
sure every member was okay. Every chapter looked out for that
Mm-hmm.
family.
Mm-hmm. Oh
That's what
yeah.
it's about.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
Yes, the governor was on it because I was on that. I was on that phone. Made one phone
that's
call
what it's
and
about.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we had a brother that had some serious damage, and him and his family, they getting it together now. But the nation looked out.
Right.
And I ain't talking about nobody else club. I'm talking about the Kings. I'm talking about
Mm-hmm.
what we stand for.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody had each other back and everybody was there. We went to pulling out carpet,
Mm-hmm.
helping pack stuff to the curve. We had each other back, and that's what it's about.
Mm-hmm. And Slim said that you he said that's my big homie, found home. He said love for the 78 Nation. He said he's also proud of you.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Much love.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think hey, if y'all don't have no more questions, I think he answered everything I wanted to know. Look, I'm trying to get advice from my grandson.
All right.
you know, but I know your event is coming up in a couple of weeks, and the governor's trying to be up in Houston. Hey, what they say, dropping it like it's hot.
Well, since you get down there, we're gonna look out for you. Like I said again, before I sign out, I want to let everybody know, come on down to Houston in a couple of weeks. We're gonna be live, man, from
Mhm.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, all the way to Sunday. So don't change your flight, leave out Monday, because I promise you, when you come to the city, we're gonna show you a good time. We ain't playing
Mhm.
no games in H-Town. This is H-Town shit. We repping Texas. Bun B gonna be in the house. We're gonna have all our chapters come down. Shout out to the mother chapter. Them brothers coming down deep. All our chapters coming down to show us love and support. We're looking for our brother club Soul Brothers gonna be in the house. We like I said, we looking forward toward having a hell of a weekend. Y'all come down
Mhm.
and hang out with us. Show our Kings this first annual. This is our first event. Y'all come down and show us some major love, and we're looking forward to it. Much love.
Mhm. Wait, my nephew just signed on Cowboy. Cowboy, do you got because he got a few kids and we got nephews that play ball. Do you got any questions before I sign off? Because he be around my grandson a lot too,
Okay.
and he used to play football. He might. I don't see nothing yet. Because I'm a woman. It's probably questions the men want to ask that I didn't ask. About things that goes on. Pop like love to you.
Much
My,
love, brother.
mm-hmm. But I really do. I'm like the lady said, people that didn't know, they just now finding out. You're very humble. And, because you see a lot of people that they start acting arrogant. You know what I mean? It's a few of them. I ain't calling no names out, but some of them are arrogant. And out here, in California, I think it's a lot of them when they come here, it changes too. Because what they say, you got fast women, fast cars, life is just fast here. I mean, they even out here, they even have certain clubs that the ball players go to where the groupies go to meet them. And that's just what it's all about. The girls already know what they set up to do when they go there.
But see, I go back again. Like I said, I was just in my hometown a couple of weeks ago. I'm gonna go to the hood bar. I'm gonna go to my neighborhood bar. It don't
Mm-hmm.
matter because I ain't gonna change. I grew up with these folks. I grew up with these people. I ain't gonna change.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't about what I did have, what I don't have. God has blessed me with a great job, a great living. I'm blessed, a great family around me, and at the end of the day, I'm always going to stay the same. I'm not going to never change. I'm not going to try to be bigger or better.
Mhm.
And it is what it is, and I'm always going to speak the truth on how I feel. I'm a zero type guy for us with the bullshit. I don't have bullshit people around me.
Mhm.
Um, I stand for something. So at the end of the day, I can't change or think I'm my nose stuck in the air. Nah, I'm just living my life, and I made decisions in my life to do what's best for Marlon
Mhm.
Chambers, and that's how I live my life. And it
Mhm.
ain't about changing or acting better. No, I don't do that because I treat everybody the same. Every city I ever lived in, I'm gonna venture into the hood. I'm gonna mix and mingle with my people because I like being around my people. I don't care where I
Right.
go because I can fit in anywhere at 6'8". You
Yeah.
know, I
Yeah,
feel like I can
exactly.
fit
You
in
gonna
anywhere.
stand out anyway. Exactly.
Yeah. I never
Well, I
forget when I
think.
first got to Houston, and people
Uh,
thought I was, where you from? Well, I ain't where I'm from. I'm from Corpus, but I'm over here right now, and I'm always gonna
mhm.
feel that way. I'm gonna go where I want to go.
Mhm. Mhm. Well, I thank you so much, King. I appreciate the interview. Now everybody know your business. The governor got everybody in your business.
Governor, all I can tell you is a brother's a hardworking brother. I'm gonna go to work. I gotta go to work at 4 o'clock in the morning. Love y'all. See y'all in 2 weeks.
Okay. And thank you so much for the interview. And thank you, everyone out there, for tuning in and checking them out. And when you see them, give them a big hug and tell them thank you again.
All
All
right,
right,
fam. Look
King.
forward to seeing y'all. Bye bye.
Okay. See you in a couple of weeks. Thank you
Already.
and
Bye bye.
love you.
Love you too.
Okay. Bye.
Bye bye.